In May 2024, I had the chance to cycle in Kaunas, Lithuania's second largest city after Vilnius, where I had attended a cycling conference earlier. I was invited by the local cyclists union, along with Henk Svartau, the president of the European Cyclists Federation. We met with 4 representatives from the Kaunas municipality, including the head of the traffic department and the vice mayor, with whom we had a productive discussion about the cycling environment in Kaunas. 2 of the city officials had joined us for a ride through the city earlier, giving us a first-hand look at the cycling infrastructure. As is typical, the Cyclists Union highlights areas that could be improved, which is part of their role. Kaunas certainly has its challenges. This little piece of infrastructure earned the nickname the Copenhagen Botch, and I can't see why the people in Kaunas would call it that. But of course, I was mostly shown what count as the city's successes, and I was pleasantly surprised. Like in Vilnius, Kaunas has some impressive cycling infrastructure. The red asphalt of the cycleways and certain design elements reminded me of the Netherlands. These driveways were rather well thought out, though I found it unusual that a road of this size even had driveways. The cycling paths around bus stops were also well designed, as was this entrance to a car service station. Overall, the paths were narrower than what I'm used to, but considering the lower volumes of cyclists, they were more than adequate. In areas where paths were shared with pedestrians, cyclists were expected to reduce their speed. In the Netherlands, we usually ask pedestrians to keep to the side, a small but telling cultural difference. The network is far from complete. Some older on-street painted infrastructure exists, and in several places, cyclists still have to ride on the sidewalk. Additionally, some of the infrastructure seemed more suited for recreational use rather than daily commuting. Kaunas itself is a tourist destination, with landmarks like the beautiful Kaunas Castle and a charming pedestrianized historic center. The city is also home to Laisvės Alėja, Freedom Boulevard, a 1.6-kilometer pedestrian boulevard, the longest in Eastern Europe, pedestrianized in 1982, with plans dating back to 1953. That was quite early to think about pedestrianization in Europe. All in all, I had an enjoyable cycling experience in Kaunas, though I understand why locals would still push for improvements and updates to the infrastructure.